those of you who are new to our channel, we are the Sammy, Nicole, and Fifi Show. We are a dynamic mother-daughter duo here on YouTube, and we discuss all things love, life, relationships, pop culture, and we also are more recently incorporating some day in the life vlogs so you guys can see how we live our lives day to day. Now, tonight... another thing I forgot to mention. We talk about our topics from both the Generation X perspective, as you can see, she's sleepy, and the millennial perspective. Alright? So, Fifi, what are we going to be talking about tonight?
We're going to talk about this dating app.
Okay. Hinge. Talking about our experience from both the millennial perspective and the Generation X perspective. So, what is Hinge for the people who don't know?
It's a dating app.
Okay. Attitude, like, comment down. You at a 10. Bring it down to a 2, girl. Oh
anyway.
At the 2.
Y'all. I got on Hinge.
What I gotta deal with.
I got on Hinge. Okay. I got on Hinge because Samantha got on Hinge. I was like, okay, whatever. Because, I ain't never did a dating app, So, I got on Hinge. I was like, okay, so, what do we do? $19.99.
The subscription?
Yeah. $19.99. So, I said, okay, well, at least I get me a Starbucks date and get my $19.99 back. If anything, I want my $19.99 back. Got on there for about a month. Well, I wanted my $19.99
Go ahead. You have every right to want your $19.99 back. Go ahead.
Okay, so I got on there, did my little profile for my age group. I set my range for my age group, 50 plus. Y'all, when I tell you, I was thinking that dating, 50 plus would be a little bit different. The mindset of the men would be totally different. A little bit more mature and, a little bit more seasoned. So I'm going to tell you about one guy that I met. One guy that I met, he was, I got a lot of hits. Now, don't get me wrong. I got a lot of likes and a lot of hits on my pictures.
Of course.
Probably about, I would say in a month, probably about 20 likes, a lot of my ex through, but I did end up talking to like 5 of them, whether it was like chatting or texting back and forth, right? So one guy I met, he was a bodybuilder. Remember the one that was a bodybuilder? Mm-hmm. So we started talking.
The one that looked like a pit bull in the face. He was like, I'm sorry.
He said that...
nice body, but...
He asked me, what do I bring to the table? What do I bring to the table? I said, I am the table. What are you going to sit on the table?
Wow.
He was like, wow. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Then he started sending me all these pictures of himself. And I'm thinking to myself, is that what they do now when you date? You send out pics?
Yeah.
So that was a total turn off. So I was like, we was talking. I was like, you know what? I'm going to call you back tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow, okay? Never talked to him again. Then another one that I talked to, he was 60. He was heartbroken because his last girlfriend ghosted him.
Bitter. You know how they say bitter black women? He was a bitter black man.
He was a bitter black man. So he just talking about how she ghosted him. And then he starts to make all these comments about black women. Black women is, black women y'all this and black women y'all that.
I hate that. It's like, you know what? If that's how you feel, just
the
get
whole
you a
conversation was
woman.
down
like,
in black
why
women.
Why are you talking to my black ass?
So I was
that's
like,
how you feel. You know what I mean? Everybody has their right to have their preference, but it's like, if that's how you feel, why are you in my black ass face? Like, go on somewhere then.
So then he started saying that
that's crazy.
Women in Atlanta, they want you to chase after them. I said, I like to be chased. Mm-hmm. And then he started talking about going out to dinner. I spent $20 on this. I could have cooked this myself. I said, well, sir, I like to be wined and dined. So we talked for a little while, and then after that, I didn't talk to him anymore. I didn't call him back, and he didn't call me back. So, and then you find that a lot of men in my age category, which you would think they would be better communicators, they don't know how to communicate or hold a conversation with you. So, I guess dating in my age group is no different from dating in your age group, is it?
No. I mean, did you want to share anything else about?
No, it was just, so after my 30-day subscription was up, of course, I was not paying $19.99 again. And I didn't get my $19.99 back. So I'm a little bummed about that.
No return on your investment.
No return on my investment. So I'm kind of bummed out about that. But, I really don't have a problem meeting men anyway. And I would rather meet a man organically. So that's what I'm going to do. So the dating app is a no for me. Hinge is a no for me.
All right. Well, let's talk about my experience. So I, too, have had a lot of hits. Okay. And for me, I'm starting to find I'm just not impressed with what's on the dating apps. I met this one guy. We exchanged numbers and we FaceTimed. The first guy I met, he was 42. He owned his own dump truck. He was cool. But once we FaceTimed, it just wasn't any chemistry. And the conversation was kind of stale. So I let that go. Then I met a couple of other guys who I just didn't remember the conversation because it just really wasn't that deep.
Yeah, I had a lot of those.
So I had at least like 5 or 7 of those where it was just kind of dry day-to-day conversation. They wasn't really talking about nothing. And then it was another guy I met. He was a account manager, a project manager for Budweiser. And he was nice looking until he told me he had a 4-year-old. And nothing wrong with men with children, but my last relationship, he had a 4-year-old. And children are beautiful. I'm totally open to having children one day, but when they're small like that, sometimes it's still a lot going on with the baby mama.
It is.
When they're small like that. Because to me, a 4-year-old is like, it's still a baby. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They're just coming out of toddler. Mm-hmm. So that's still a baby to me. So yeah, I'm not in a rush to go back to dating men with 4-year-olds or 3-year-olds or 2. I'm just not in that space right now. Preferably I would prefer to have a partner that has no kids. I'm just not ready to take on that role. And of course, if I'm going to date somebody that has kids, I want them to be an active parent, and I want them to be a good parent to their children. And when you date people who have kids, you cannot be priority. Their children come first, and I totally understand that. I just feel like at this stage in my life, I don't want to date any men with small children. Like, if he would have had like a 12-year-old or a 13-year-old, I'm like, okay, you got that's a big kid. But like a 4-year-old, to me, that's still a baby, and that's just a lot. I've had that experience before, and it wasn't horrible. It just made me realize that that's not really what I want right now. Maybe when I get older, I may be more open to it. But as of right now, in this moment, I do not want to date men with small children. So I had to let that go. The other guy I met, he owned his own business, trucking business, and he was cute. But y'all, he wasn't really a good conversationalist. And I was like, right. Is your conversation just trash, or are you just not that interested in me? Either way,
and I'm gonna keep a lot of them, even in my age category. That conversation is
trash. They don't know how to carry a conversation. You feel like, and it got to the point where I felt like I was interviewing him. And I don't want that. I want us to flow organically. So yeah, I decided to just keep it moving with them. I'm still on Hinge. I've decided to switch it up, and so I just changed my location to a different city outside of Georgia. I'm completely open to meeting men that don't live in Georgia. Of course, if I meet somebody out of state and we hit it off, somebody's gonna have to move, because I'm not gonna do the long distance thing like that for too long. But I just want to open up my horizons. I don't want to limit myself to just men in Atlanta or in Georgia. So I've decided to switch my location to another city and see where it goes. Have some fun. Why not?
Yeah. You know, I think you being young, you should, explore your options.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I still have, friends that I text and, I hang out with. But I'm single to married, so I want to still keep my options open. So that's why I'm on Hinge, because, the events I used to go to in person, they, stopped those events, stopped throwing those events because of COVID. Non-club events because of COVID.
We would have went to a Christmas
right.
party where it would have been plenty of men. Y'all, we went to a Christmas party last year. The room was full of men. Mm-hmm. Well-to-do, eligible black men. We went to a Christmas party last year, and it was like, but I wasn't in the right mindset last year. But this year, if I would have went to a party like that, it would have been on and popping. Yes, it would have been on and popping. So, I'm more to open meeting people out. I'm not really a dating app person. That's just not my thing. I've never, not to say that something is wrong with it. I just did it because Samantha was like, she was on it. I was like, let me try. Let me see what's in my age category. Nothing.
I'm still going to keep a positive outlook. Like I said, I still have my friends, but I want to keep my options open. And yeah, so I just changed it to a different city. So we'll see, y'all. I'll keep y'all updated. But yeah, I just want, the more I'm learning about myself and what I want, good conversation is a must. Yeah. Like, you have to be a good conversationalist. Like, you can't be dry. Yeah. So yeah, y'all, that's been our experience so far on Hinge. So if you haven't already, check out Hinge,
And it's not a bad app.
It's not. It's not a bad app. We are going through COVID, so the whole dating process looks a lot different. Not all of us feel comfortable going out to the club to meet people, but even prior to COVID. To the club. You don't necessarily have to go out. You can just be out at the grocery store, or Target, or yeah.
I attract men just walking out of my house.
All right. Y'all, say it again.
I attract men just by walking out of my house.
All right, y'all heard her. And on that note, guys, I'm Sammy Nicole. This is Fifi. We are the Sammy Nicole and Fifi Show. If you haven't not already, subscribe. Why you ain't subscribing? I'm just kidding. But yes, please subscribe. Please like our channel. Please share. Please comment down below. And until next time, I'm Sammy Nicole. This is Fifi. We're the Sammy Nicole and Fifi Show. Bye.